You ever loved someone so deeply that when they left, it felt like they took pieces of your soul with them? I did. Her name was Elena. She walked into my life like a storm wrapped in silk. Beautiful, intelligent, dangerous. For 2 years she was my everything, my lover, my confidant, my biggest weakness. She knew exactly how to make me feel like a king one moment and like nothing the next. She weaponized my love against me, and I let her. The night she left, she didn't yell. She didn't cry. She just looked at me with those cold eyes and said, "You're too soft for this world. I need someone stronger." Then she walked out, taking half my heart and all my confidence with her. I sat on the floor of our empty apartment for hours. The silence was deafening. I replayed every sweet word she ever said. Every late-night promise. Every time she told me I was her forever. The pain was so heavy I could barely breathe. I felt worthless. Broken. Ordinary. And in that darkness, my shadow self finally spoke. It whispered, "This is where you die, or this is where you become dangerous." Look at me right now. If you've ever been destroyed by someone you loved, if you've ever felt abandoned, manipulated, or emotionally crushed, you know the exact feeling I'm describing. That hollow ache in your chest. The constant replay in your mind. The fear that you'll never be the same again. The secret terror that maybe she was right, maybe you really are too weak for this world. I stayed in that hell for weeks. I lost weight. I lost drive. I lost myself. Every time my phone lit up, I hoped it was her. Every time it wasn't, another piece of me died. But here's what almost no one tells you about rock bottom. It's the greatest teacher you will ever have. I'm modest, authentic. And tonight I'm going to tell you the raw, unfiltered story of how the woman who broke me became the reason I became unstoppable. This isn't motivation. This is dark psychology told through blood and fire. Keep listening. This one gets deep. One freezing December night, I hit absolute bottom. I was sitting in my car outside her new place, like a ghost haunting my own past. That's when something inside me snapped, not in anger, but in clarity. My shadow self took over and asked me one brutal question. What if all this pain is trying to teach you something? I drove home, opened my journal, and started writing everything she did. Every manipulation. Every emotional game. Every time she made me doubt myself. As I wrote, I began to see the pattern. She wasn't just leaving me. She was using dark psychology on me the entire time: love bombing, devaluation, silent treatments, triangulation. Classic tactics. And I had let her. Because I wanted to be loved more than I wanted to be powerful. That realization lit a fire in my bones. I started studying in silence. Not to get her back. Never that. I studied to never be destroyed like that again. I went deep into Marcus Aurelius and Machiavelli, but this time I wasn't reading for wisdom. I was reading for weapons. The first lesson that saved me was this: control your perception, or someone else will control you. Elena had controlled how I saw myself. She made me believe my softness was weakness. But what if softness, when protected, becomes the ultimate strength? What if the ability to feel everything while showing nothing is the real power? I began to practice in small ways. Every morning I would sit with my hand on my chest and breathe through the pain. I would feel the hurt, the anger, the longing, and I refused to let it control my actions. I watched the emotions like clouds passing. Some days the storm was violent, but I stayed seated. I stayed watching. Slowly, something shifted. People around me started noticing. I was calmer. My words carried more weight. I stopped explaining myself. I stopped chasing validation. I started moving like a man who had nothing to prove because he had already been destroyed and survived. Then came the real test. 3 months later, Elena reached out. She heard I was doing better. She wanted closure. Her message was sweet on the surface, but I could read between the lines. She wanted to see if she still had power over me. In the old days, I would have jumped. I would have hoped. Instead, I waited 3 days. Then I replied with one calm message. I appreciate the message. I wish you well on your journey. Nothing more. I could feel her confusion through the silence that followed. She expected me to be broken. She expected me to need her. When I didn't, the power flipped. That was the moment I understood the dark psychology truth: the person who needs the least holds the most power. But I didn't stop there. I turned the pain she left behind into pure fuel. Every time the old wound tried to open, I used that energy to build. I worked harder on my craft. I deepened my mind. I became more dangerous with silence than I ever was with words. I started wearing what I call the invisible mask. I let people see only what I wanted them to see. Warm, calm, in control. But the real me stayed hidden, calculating, growing stronger in the shadows. The more I practiced this, the more people were drawn to me. Friends returned. Opportunities appeared. Women noticed the new energy. Not because I chased them, but because I no longer needed them. My shadow self and I became partners. He no longer destroyed me with pain. He protected me with clarity. Now let me speak straight to your heart. I know you've been hurt like this. Maybe not by a lover. Maybe by family. Maybe by a friend. Maybe by life itself. That pain is still living in you, isn't it? It shows up at night. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you scared to trust again. But what if that pain is not your enemy? What if it's the raw material for your greatness? Right now, as you listen to my voice, do this with me. Place your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. Good. Keep it there. Remember the person who hurt you the most. Feel the old pain rising. Don't run. Just feel it. Now whisper these words with me, slowly. This pain no longer controls me. I take the darkness they left, and I turn it into power. I am becoming unstoppable. Say it 3 times. Let your voice grow stronger each time. You feel that? That small shift is where real transformation begins. After Elena, my entire life changed. My confidence became quiet but magnetic. My decisions became sharper. I stopped fearing betrayal because I stopped giving people the power to betray me deeply. I learned to love without losing myself, to trust without becoming blind. The woman who thought she broke me forever actually woke me up. She thought she was leaving a weak man behind. Instead, she created a dangerous one. And here's the final truth I want you to carry with you. Every person who destroys you gives you a choice. You can stay broken, or you can use their darkness as the forge that turns you into steel. Your shadow self is not your enemy. It is the part of you that survived. It is the part that remembers every knife. And it is the part that will make sure no one ever does it again. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do one sacred thing. Take out your phone or a piece of paper. Write the name of the person who hurt you most. Then write these exact words underneath. You broke me once. Thank you for the fire. I am no longer breakable. My power begins now. Write it with intention. Feel every word. Then keep it somewhere only you will see. This is how you turn pain into power. Quietly. Privately. Deeply. I'm modest, authentic. I was destroyed by love. I sat in the ashes. I rose more dangerous than before. Now it's your turn. The woman who thought she broke me forever actually set me free. What will your pain turn you into? Drop a comment below and tell me who hurt you and what are you turning that pain into. I read every single comment. Your darkness is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your power. I'll be right here for the next chapter.